let's look at our problem of the day. Which student, student A or student B, do you think correctly represented the problem? Say it out loud. Right. I heard many of you say that you think student A correctly represented the problem and student B did not correctly represent the problem. Great job. What mistake did student B make? Say it out loud. Correct. Student B represented the rectangle without partitioning it to show the two different lengths and to match the equation, which is using the distributive property. Let's take note of that. Rectangle is not partitioned to show two separate rectangles. Where student A shows the width of each part of the door by partitioning it into 3 blocks and 5 blocks. So here let's note, partitioned to show both parts. Do you notice any other areas that student B did not correctly represent the question? Say it out loud. Yes, in student B's explanation, the explanation does not show how the 6 is the length of the two rectangles, where our equation is multiplying the 6 by two different numbers, 3 and 5. Student A, however, explains that the 6 represents the length of the top and bottom rectangles. Anything else that we see different between student A and student B's work? Say it out loud. Right. Student B stated that 3 and 5 are the width of the rectangle, but not as two separate rectangles, whereas student A explained that 3 represents the width of the top rectangle and 5 represents the width of the bottom rectangle. Let's take note of that here. Does not explain all parts of what each number represents. And here, clearly explains what each number represents by connecting it to the equation that matches the drawing. Here we can see that the equation 6 times 3 plus 5 matches this drawing and the explanation. Great job. So as we move through the independent practice today, what do we want to remember? Say it out loud. Right, one thing that we want to remember is to partition rectangles into two smaller rectangles like student A did. What's another thing that we want to remember? Say it out loud. Right. We want to think about what each number in the equation represents and how it connects to the drawings and the question. Great job.